How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? This is Bass 66 Chevelles here, and I'm messing with my Durango here, but that's not what this video is about. It's actually about something kind of neat, I think. But so I'm getting ready to put another distributor in here. I got a reman distributor I'm gonna put in. I'm freshening it up, and I'm getting ready to put an alternator on it as well. I got a tensioner I'm getting ready to put on too. But replaced all the plugs on it. All the plug wires, put a new coil on it down there. It's got a new radiator, new upper lower radiator hoses, and did quite a bit of work to it. This is the one I had to pull the whole dash out and put a heater core in, and wasn't too bad. Took a little while. I still got to put my glove box back on yet. The only reason I ain't did that is the latch was broken and somebody has zip tied that dash, or not the dash, but the glove box, so it stays shut. So I'm still working on that. The glove box itself is perfectly fine, but it won't, as you can see. It's broke up in here, so we got a couple screws we'll take out. We got to fix that. Yeah, I got to go to the salvage yard and do that. I just had so much going on here lately. But anyway, that's not what this video is about here. But it's about something kind of interesting. So I will take you to where I'm going right now. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You gotta be careful about flipping old tires over like this. Because now it's getting this time of year. We have a friend right there. I don't know what he is. I'm not gonna bother him. I think it's a garter snake, but I can't tell. He's got a round head, like round eyes. I can't really tell. Got a twig right in front of his eye there. I can't tell what he is. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. But anyway, you gotta be careful about that on this land here, because it is that time of year. Because I flipped that tire over because I was trying to see what this hub was off of. When lo and behold, we had a buddy there. So we'll leave you be, and let's go see what I was originally wanting to show y'all right now. All right, here we are. And I want you to take a close look at this. Look over the fan. But this is pretty much just about undisturbed. I made this road here. I had to zoom out there. Made this road here. And I'm trying to work on my camera work as well. So that way it'll be a little bit better. So instead of holding it down here, tried to hold it right in front of me so I can look through it and see what's what. So I apologize for that. You know, I'm trying to get better on this. I'm making this on my phone here, and I've got, once I get a little more money and get a little more squared away with everything, projects and all, I'm going to break down to get me a real camera, because I'm going to have to. But anyway, this road here, this is all handmade. I made all this by hand. You know, I cut all the trees down by hand. I threw them all over here. And everything's been done by hand here on this property. And eventually, you know, I'm going to build a house and all that. But anyway, we're here because right over here, I've left this undisturbed. Only thing I did was cut the tree off right there. And this is where it's always sat. I never moved it. Well, I got to looking at this. I knew this was a fan guard off of an Impala. Okay. So I've looked at it quite a bit closer. I just bought that 59 Biscayne, and got to thinking, well, shoot, that looks like it might be off. If I had to guess the top of my head, maybe a 64 Impala or something. So I was like, let's see if it's got any numbers on it out of curiosity. And couldn't really find nothing on it, so I flipped it over and everything. This fan I found, I think this might be a Ford fan. Might be a Ford fan, I don't know. Could be GM. Usually they got numbers on it on one of the blades, like somewhere in there. But I'll have to look at that in a little bit differently. That was nowhere near that. That fan was actually way up there where my C10's parked. But anyway, I got to looking at this a little closer here because it had a tree growing through it. And when I looked at it a little bit closer and flipped it over, because when you look at it, you know, everything has a story. So what it's actually done is somebody's come up here and set this thing down upside down. It's actually supposed to be flipped the other way. So I did a little research on this, and that's what I'm doing with all these parts here. Because out of curiosity, you know, I'm actually slowly starting to get kind of good about identifying some of this stuff. But anyway, so it's actually upside down. So let's flip it the other way it's supposed to be. This is how I found it. So I had a tree growing through it right here. So I'm going to flip this over here of how it would be on the car. Alright, now that's the correct way it would go. And then of course your radiator would mount in front of it. And now that I look at it slowly, just a little bit closer, and you got to take in the detail about this. Just look at all the details on it. See, this hole up here is just a little bit bigger on the top here. This one's just a little bit smaller. And then we count the number of, I guess you would call it ribs inside. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3. And then it's right through here. It's actually spot welded together because it's 2 pieces. Well, technically it's 4. It's 1, 2, 3, and then that would make 4. And then they spot weld it all together to make one quote-unquote piece, one piece. Anyway, when we look at this a little closer here, and I've done counted everything. We got 3 of them on here, and when I even count these, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and our bolt holes, 1, 2, 3. And I even went to the extra level and even looked at this side here. So let me come over here so you can see it a little better. And if we really look, my hand there, well, that's messing it up. But if we really look, there we go. Now if you can really see that, see how it goes a little bit curved a little bit? It's not completely straight all the way down. And that's on both sides. See, if we look, kind of curves a little bit, then it goes that way, and it goes that way. You know, it's kind of like that. It's on both sides like that now. If you really look at it. Apologize, I knocked some leaves over, but if you really look at that, you can really see the details in that. Now, I did some research. I've ID'd this. I was wrong, but close. It was actually, it could have been off of an Impala or a Biscayne or a Bel Air. That part I was right on. The year I was wrong on was not a 64. I've looked and looked through picture after picture after picture. Probably looked through 50-some pictures and spent probably about a good hour, a good solid hour the other night looking at this thing and comparing all the details. And I've concluded that this is off of a 59. It could be an Impala, Bel Air, or a Biscayne. And I know that 100% sure as a fact because of all those details that I just pointed out. It also will actually fit a 60 as well. But I've looked at the details, and the 60s are very, very similar, but there's slightly different where they put these 2 pieces together down here. Slightly different. So that's how I know 100% sure that this is actually off of a 59 Chevy, either an Impala, Biscayne, or Bel Air. And that's crazy because I just bought a car and I've been walking by this every day for just about a year. I never thought once about it. But it's actually still good. It's got a dent right there, but you could straighten that out. You could sandblast this. Worst come to worst, you could actually go in there and cut that out and recreate this crease right here if you really want. That's crazy. It's been sitting there the whole time, has a tree growing through it, and that'll come right off. It didn't hurt it or anything. But I think it might have been this tree right here. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually that tree over there. But that's crazy. So I'm getting kind of good at that. So that's actually, I'm going to take down on the car down there. And we're going to see if our bolt holes match right up. And they should. And I will save that. And that is one of them things there where the land, quote unquote, keeps on giving. And guess what? It's free. So that makes it even better. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I'd like to announce too that, you know, I've had this land about a year, just like I said. And it's officially, this ain't much now, but it is officially 10% paid off. We have 1 year down. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. And I'm really proud of that. We came a long ways. Long ways. And I'm very proud of that. And we're going to, eventually I'm going to build a house. And we're going to get things going. But I'm proud of that. I paid, you know, a little too much for it. But, you know, it's one of them things. You got to have somewhere to live. You know, it's going to take a lot of work. But I don't care. I don't. Because, like I mentioned before, you know, I'm so glad to get out from under renting and pay for something I'm going to own. And every month that goes by is 1 month. Now, 1 month closer to it being mine. And once it's paid off, it will be mine. Sad part about it is you still got to pay taxes on it. That's okay. But I'm really proud of that. And this is just one of them things here, you know, the land, quote unquote, keeps on giving. I thought that was kind of neat. So I'm going to take that on the car. We'll take it down there, and we'll see if them 3 holes on the side line up. Pretty cool, pretty cool. That's actually 100% sure that is what that's off of, for a fact. And it's a V8. Because think about it, the V8s, like if it was a motor sitting right here, and this was standing up, if this was all in a car, just kind of imagine that. So you got the front of the car that way, you got the back of the car that way, you got the driver's side this way, passenger side that way. You got the motor sitting right in here. This fan, I haven't ID'd this yet. I'm not sure what this is off of. But, you know, it's sitting this way in here. Anyway, think about it, a 6-cylinder. That car had a 235 6-cylinder in it. So it actually would have sit, the blocks are longer. So it actually would have sit a little closer, so the fan shroud would have been different. But if it was a V8, it would have been like this one, because the block is a little bit longer. And the space between the fan and the radiator's a little bit different than like a 283. So that's how I know too. It's the depth of it from here to here. It's going to be slightly different because the radiator is going to be a little bit closer. The guard is going to be a little bit shorter this way to this way for a 6-cylinder versus a V8. It's going to be a little bit further back. But that's what I've looked up. But you could still make it work either way. But from the factory, that's the way it would have came. So that's pretty cool, pretty cool. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And I hope y'all enjoy the videos. And, oh, hang on. Don't go yet. I'm going to show y'all one little thing I put up too, right now. Alrighty, that's what we got here. I just finished putting up this hammock here. So now I got somewhere I can relax. So that's kind of cool. I really liked it. And I got to make a video on this thing too, because this truck right here, I mean, this thing is packed. I've been ordering and ordering and ordering, and I've been waiting until I get everything gathered up so I can put everything together. But I've got just about almost everything. Got a radiator up there, it's aluminum. 3-core radiator for it. Got new brake shoes for it, new wheel cylinders, all the hardware, the springs. I get a new gas tank straps right here. And I got one of the goodies too. Let me open the hood here. Well, here's the gas tank. Hold on, let me see. This is the gas tank I got for it. I got that too. But I cannot wait. I'm excited. I got like probably 20 some projects going on. I'm trying to, you know, do little by little. What's up, buddy? Oh, what are you doing, buddy? Y'all heard him in the background there. But let me show y'all. Pop this hood here. So we got a new slave cylinder for it down there. We got a new flywheel right there. We got a new clutch kit for it as well, buried underneath all this stuff. But we got, I mean, stuff ever since. I mean, that in that box we got the oil pump pickup for it, because we're doing away with the 6-cylinder. There's a valve cover to the 6-cylinder right there, the 300. We got the correct oil pan for it right there. That's the original factory oil pan. And because I'm actually trying to lean in a lot more towards just staying original and everything. So it fits, you know, if there's nothing wrong with it, then use it. But what did I do with it? Oh. We got the clutch kit for it right here. And the pressure plate. There's our gas tank I just showed y'all. Let me show y'all one of the goodies. Hey, buddy. This is the Chevelle that still behind on that. I got to do something with that because it's, dang, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Pretty much done concluded that this car, the body that's on this car is not original to that frame, and the body come off of a good Chevelle frame, and the frame that's sitting on now had to have been in a wreck, but I'm gonna have to take and do some measuring there. Shout out to After 5 Auto, big help there. So I'm gonna do some measuring. We'll check that out and see what's what with this car here. But basically the wheel housing is rubbing on this side, and the other side's like this much of a gap. But see y'all real quick, and then we'll get back to what I was showing you. If you look at this wheel housing right here, see how it's just about rubbing this frame rail. And if you come on this side over here, look how much space it is. And it don't matter which way. The body's going to sit just like After 5 Auto sit there. Shout out to him. Body's going to sit where it's going to sit. So it don't matter. I've tried moving it over to make this equal on both sides. I've tried and tried. I've tried come alongs, everything. And I didn't want to pull too hard with it because I don't want to, you know, twist the body all up. But I mean, you can just tell, look how much of a gap right here to this frame rail, and then right here and here. So I don't know, it's something is not right. So I don't know if it got hit in the rear end. It kind of looks like that's what it looks like, really. But I would think it would be a crease right up in here. We'll get back on that. I'll have to make a video on that. But that's the hold up on this whole car. This is what this channel is named after. Is, you know, that's why it's called Bad 66 Chevelles, because it's really originally supposed to be about just 66 Chevelles or 67s, either one. But you know, kind of turned into a quote unquote everything channel. But this is an ongoing project that I want to get done. Running wise, this car is done. 283's done. It's been overhauled. It's bored 60. It's got hardened seats in it. It's got a good cam in it. It's hydraulic cam. Not sure what the specs are. I done forgot. It was overhauled in 2010. And it's from It was from May 2010. And I got it back August of 2010 as well. So it took a few months to overhaul it. It's bored 60. It's got a hydraulic cam. I have no idea what the lobe separation or what specs is in it. But it's all numbers matching. They come out of a 66 Chevelle 2-door post. And if you look back in the videos there, I have one of the first videos I ever made of that car was of that car. And I'd love to find it. And there's a Baltimore car. And I don't know whatever happened to it. But I'd love to find it. But the intake, you know, it's about, I say about, 80% all original. But, of course, the air cleaner, the valve covers, the intake is not original to it, but it's date coded. It is a 66 intake. But, I got an HEI distributor and all in it. It's had some upgrades. But, I have the original factory pulleys and the fan to it. I have everything just about except for the valve covers, which I do have original set that have this Chevrolet script on it, but not the original set that was on this motor, if that makes sense. So I was still looking for all that, but running wise, this car is, done. The brakes have been redone. It's got all new drums on it, all new shoes, new hardware, wheel cylinders, master cylinder, all new lines, hoses, everything. Got new wheel bearings and hubs in the front. Got all new lugs and studs. The only thing, the rear end still has to be done. The only thing I did was clean it up, put new gear oil in it. That was it. But it still needs to be gone through new axle seals and wheel bearings yet. But probably new yoke. But body wise, that's what's holding me up. But we're gonna take this front clip and I'm gonna spend the money. I don't care how much it costs, and I'm gonna get a original GM hood. Because I got an original fender. This is a factory fender, factory ender fender right there. And I'm going to spend the money. We're going to get rid of this radiator support, this hood, this fender, and that ender fender. We're going to pull all that stuff back off, and we're going to put the original stuff back on. But I had to find a hood and a radiator support. So I still need a GM hood and a GM radiator support. And I don't care what it costs, but I'm going to spend the money to do it. Because when I had the original front clip back on here, everything lined up beautiful. So that should take care of this issue up here. And then the only issue is back there. We get that straightened out, it'll be fine. But still working on my Maytag there. So we got to get back to that yet. But let me show y'all the goodie. I don't want to keep y'all on here. Here's one of the goodies here. Let me get in here. Hold on. Alright, so there we have it. They are Hedman headers, and just got them the other day. So we got the Hedman headers for it. I was thinking about getting hooker headers, but I didn't quite have enough money for all that. And so, I got so many projects going on that I'm trying to, do 20 things at one time. But anyway, these are Hedman headers here, and these are for the 302 that we're going to put in this thing. There we go. And pretty much just about got everything. I got a 302 for it. I have the aluminum heads and got the radiator for it and all that. Pretty much got everything to it. The only thing I'm still lacking is I need the rubber mounts that go on top of these frame mounts right here. I gotta bolt that one up yet. And we pretty much got everything we need to set a motor in it. So that's a 6-cylinder mounts right there. So we just about done. And then we're going back old school. We're not doing any of the EFI stuff. We're using all the old school stuff. We're going to put a carburetor on it, and it'll have aluminum heads. It'll have all the high-rise intake and all that good stuff. So it's going to be fun. But that's where we're at here. But I'm really proud of that though. That the main thing is, my land is 10% paid off. That ain't much. We still got a long ways to go, but that makes a difference. That's just a good feeling. Moving forward and going in the right direction. But here's the fenders here that I'm gonna put back on that Chevelle. I'm gonna pull that reproduction stuff back off. We're gonna put all the factory stuff back on. And then I don't care what it costs, but I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to get GM panels. All this stuff is GM. All of it. None of it's reproduction. So we got 3 doors. This one's the empty shell. That one's there. That one's there. I thought I had another one somewhere else, but I don't. Oh, never mind. It's on the cars. So we got 2. See what we got here. We have a driver's side. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We have 3 driver's side doors and two passenger side doors. Then we have 2 trunk lids. We have 2 passenger side fenders. We have 1 original GM inner fender. There's a repop. That's the only thing that's repop. Is that. That's the passenger side inner fender. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep. So we're going to take and I don't care what it costs, but eventually, once I get everything squared away, that's what I'm going to do. Is we're going to get back on that because I want to get that thing done. We're going on since 2006 now. Until now, I mean, what's that? That's a long time. 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 15 years. Long time. Then here's the trunk pan too. Anyway, we're going to end this video here. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.